you have been with me,
Yeah.
studied me, been around me, uh, grew up with me ever since we touched ground on this earth as my twin. So there's
Hmm.
probably no one on this earth that could understand me or knows me better than you. And I say this to Rachel, to everybody, is that uh, we think so much alike
Hmm.
that we understand each other's mental processes, and we know kind of what your reaction would be, what my reaction would be, and so um, I find throughout my life that people have a hard time reading me in a lot of ways,
Hmm.
and I'm sure you get some of the same as well. And it's always nice to hang out with you and stuff because I don't have to explain myself,
Hmm.
and that is like I think one thing that we've been spoiled throughout our life is that I don't have to explain to you and you don't have to explain to me. But when we're with other people where we constantly have to explain ourselves, it kind of gets annoying because we're so used to just getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. It's that comfort where, I mean, and that's in any relationship that if you think about it, like when you first start knowing and learning about somebody, there's always this conversation. You're trying to feel each other out, you're trying to learn each other's patterns. And then the more that time goes on, you feel comfortable in that silence with each other because you understand you don't have to react. You can already read the other person. Now multiply that by 31 years where literally every life experience we shared together.
Mm.
There's not really a moment until when we were like college level and more early adulthood that we started branching out and doing our own things separately. But up until, age 18, 19, we were literally there together everywhere, every moment, every experience. And we both were able to perceive each other's reactions to those. And so we just in our minds are just like kind of calibrating how we how we see each other and how we know the other person's going to
Yeah.
react.
Every present that we ever
Hmm.
opened was back to back because it was the same exact thing.
Yeah, yep. That's we have to open at the same time. You can't give spoilers. We both have to act at the same amount of like surprise and happiness, and it's just that's the routine.
Yeah, it's super, super rare. Uh, but what I also is crazy is like we're so similar and we have a lot of the same mental habits, but we are also very different in
Hmm.
a lot of different ways, and it's super cool, and it's also like I'll do something like you just remind me of Nate. I'm like, yeah, probably that makes sense.
Yeah, it's amazing that you can have somebody who shares a lot of the same genetics, a lot of the same upbringing, and those experiences. And a large chunk of us, like you already said, are very similar. But there are times that, and of course, you can kind of already see based on our life choices and our direction in life, is like that's the branch point that really shows how different we are. Directions we
Mhm.
went, the way that we think, the the comfort that we get from either being with friends or family or traveling or whatever activities we like to do, it can really show if you just kind of study us, like, yeah, that's the big difference. And
Mhm.
everything else is still like very similar with each other.
Yeah. It goes back to it just makes me think of my um best man speech at
Hmm.
your wedding, where the basis behind it was here's some things just to let you know about Nate. uh and it, and there's like so many things like I'm sure if like Rachel had a conversation with you, you'd be like, yeah, that, yeah, that's, and she's like, I don't get it. I don't know why, or what, and you'd be like, ah, this is why, da, da, da.
Hmm.
So it's super cool. And, so since this podcast will be, I mean, mostly about me, um, I thought it would be great to have to you on to decipher the code a little bit here.
Let's do it.